All right, everybody, Mike Heck here from MMAfighting.com, and tonight is the night, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 306, Noche UFC, the big event at the Sphere in Las Vegas. We've been building to this point for quite some time. Dana White has not promised the goods here. He has promised the greats, and I got to tell you, I kind of feel like we're going to get it. Pretty amped up for this, but here are my main card predictions for tonight's extravaganza, and you can get the great Alexander K. Lee's main card picks as well as his prelim picks on MMAfighting.com. Last time out for UFC 305, went 3-2 with my predictions. The classic good, not great on the statistical side, but let's see if we can improve. Hey, maybe we'll go 5-0 tonight. We'll see. All right, let's start with the main event. Sean O'Malley putting his bantamweight title on the line against Merab Dvalishvili. Merab has been deserving of this shot for quite some time, and it's been a very weird build-up to this thing with Merab revealing the cut near his left eye. He's been teasing some staph infection, amongst other things. And then on the champion side, Sean O'Malley feels like he's just going to run this man over tonight. It's a close fight on paper. Nothing would surprise me, but my gut has been telling me from the get-go that Sean O'Malley is going to get this done. Merab is tricky. Better striker than he gets credit for. He is a cardio machine. His wrestling, his pace, everybody knows all about that. But unless he is drastically, and I mean drastically, tighten up his defense on the feet, this could get real rough for him. Plus, I think O'Malley's grappling is incredibly underrated. So I think the Sugar Show continues, and I don't think it just continues. I think the Rockets are going to get strapped to said Sugar Show. I think he lands a big shot in round 2. I think he gets him out of there. Confidence levels are not high on this side, but they are very high on the Sean O'Malley side. But I'm going with my gut here. Also, for watch party purposes tonight, I do have a bet on Sean O'Malley. I got it at -110. Co-main event, the trilogy is here for the women's flyweight title. Alexa Grasso defending against Valentina Shevchenko. First women's trilogy fight in UFC history. We all know what happened in the first fight. Second fight, fantastic. It was scored a split draw. I actually scored it for Valentina Shevchenko myself. Many scored it for Alexa Grasso, and it's not egregious at all. Super, super close fight. Grasso has clearly found her stride. Certainly, she's improved her game so much, especially with the physicality side of her game. Shevchenko, 36 years of age, and no matter who you are or how great you are, that always catches up to you. However, I'm going with Shevchenko here. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Both match up with each other so well. I also took her at +115 for the watch party. And the biggest reason, I just don't see Valentina Shevchenko fighting somebody 3 times in a row and not getting at least one win. I'm playing the odds here, playing the math, but this should be a great fight. Featured bout, the rebooking, Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. Again, another super close fight in my eyes. This one could go either way. Lopez has looked outstanding. Ortega, there's obviously a lot of questions with everything that happened at UFC 303. Fight not coming together. Dan Ige coming through, which is hours to spare, which is absolutely ridiculous, but just looking at Ortega at Media Day and seeing interviews and the build-up to this fight, he seems very focused, and he needs this one badly, while Lopez could make a huge leap up the ladder if he can get the win, especially if he finishes Ortega, which, as you know, is very, very tough to do. Call me crazy, call me what you will, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going with the underdog, Brian Ortega here. He's just such a gamer, and he could take so much punishment and still find ways to win. And typically in these situations, I'm going to pick the guy who has been in that fire more times against higher ranked competition, when in my head, this should be a closer fight than the odds suggest. I'm going with Ortega by decision. I also have a bet for the watch party on Brian Ortega at +145, but again, wouldn't be shocked at all if this goes the Diego Lopez way. All right, first 2 main card fights. We're going in descending order here. Some quick hitters. I absolutely love this lightweight fight between Daniel Zellhuber and Esteban Rebovich, 2 up-and-comers who have looked very good inside the UFC octagon. Rebovich, very dangerous man, as you saw in his last fight with Terrence McKinney. But I think Zellhuber is the full package. He's young, but he's got all the skills. The foundation is there, and he's starting to hone in on all of those skills that he has almost naturally and building to the potential that a lot of people have in him. He is still a little rough around the edges, a little bit green, but you could see the improvements each and every fight, and he's fought really good competition along the way, especially in his last couple. I don't think we're going to get a finish here because neither guy's ever been finished, but we might get a fight of the night. Give me Daniel Zellhuber by decision, which I also took for the watch party. Zellhuber by decision, plus 125. And finally, the main card opener, we got Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne. And this fight, ladies and gentlemen, is in this spot for one reason and one reason only, because somebody is getting finished. These guys are action flyweights, but the big advantage that I see in this fight on either side is Rodriguez's skill on the mat, and I think this one will be fireworks for as long as it lasts, but I think Rodriguez does end up getting the submission victory, round 2, to kick off the UFC 306 main card. There you have it, my friends. Going to be a fun one. Make sure you join Jed Mishu and I tonight for the UFC 306 watch party, live right here on this channel at 9:45 p.m. Eastern. We've added a few fun wrinkles to this thing that I think you're going to enjoy. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Good luck with your picks and predictions.